everybody, and welcome to Daytona State College on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon here on the Space Coast. I'm Drew Felios alongside Ted Sofianos. We got a great matchup today with Santa Fe College taking on the Daytona State Falcons. NJCAA baseball at its best as Daytona State goes for their win number 6 in a row in this young 2019 season. Great to have you with us, everybody. Again, Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, my friend. Should be an awesome afternoon of baseball. And how about Daytona State? Right now, they're playing some tremendous baseball.
They're looking pretty good. They've had their way with Santa Fe, winning 2 before, and now this can be the 3rd in a conference game. Great-looking matchup. Gorgeous day out there. Crisp and cool. Perfect baseball weather, Drew.
Yeah, it should be outstanding. Daytona State getting great pitching so far, timely hitting as well. They've settled in conference play, 2-0 right now in the Mid-Florida Conference, 13-7 overall so far in this young season. All right, let's take a look at the defense of Daytona State as they will take the field. First, Mason Sharp gets the ball today for the home team. Dawson Posick will be behind the plate, and we are underway from Daytona State, and first pitch is taken in there for a strike as Bider leads it off. Parker Bider for Santa Fe. Ball is put in play right at the third baseman, and he will take care of things. That's Jack Nagy over there, and he is one of the team leaders for Daytona State this year. There's one out.
Yeah, Team Tuma has got to be really appreciative of what kind of crew he has on hand this particular year, made up of mostly sophomores. They're a little bit sophomore heavy for this year. Going to be some change outs for next.
Take a look at Mason Sharp right there, the freshman out of Palatka, one of the new players for the Falcons this year.
3.32 ERA. Up against a tough competitor, though. We'll see that in a little bit when Michael Paul comes to pitch for Santa Fe at a 1.05 ERA.
A nice pitch on the inside part of the plate for Mason Sharp. As the batter right now, Isaiah Perry, sophomore infielder for Santa Fe. Perry's got good size, 6 feet tall. Got a nice swing on him as well as he fouls one for strike 2. So Daytona State, they started the year a little bit slow, 2-5 through the first 7 games. And Tim Tuma's team has said, Coach, don't worry, we got this. As the games have gone along, they've gotten better, starting to trust each other. Pitching has come around and swinging the bat very nicely so far. Put in play once again. This is to the shortstop, Jordan Barnett. He makes the play and a quick 2 outs for the Falcons.
And that was a bullet from Barnett. And as we look at what you were just saying, they got a .650 percentage right now, winning record 13-7. Not too bad when you're talking about baseball.
6-4 win over Santa Fe on Saturday, then 5-1 a few days ago on Monday. And when I talked to Coach Tuma and asked him, what have been your best games so far? He said, Drew, really the last couple that we've played against Santa Fe, it's exactly how we want to play this year. As now the third hitter is up, Garrett Mathis taking ball 1.
Yeah, they're looking for that third win, would make it a clean sweep. And certainly extend their chances even more so for conference percentage. Right now they're 2-0, Daytona State in the conference.
See Dawson Posick behind the plate today. For the Falcons, this one is hit hard and is hit into the outfield for a base hit. So first base runner of the game for Santa Fe. Mathis aboard here with 2 outs.
That pitch right down the middle. Looked to be a fastball. Drove it right over the second baseman's head. Had a good lick at that one.
Gerard Candy now at the plate for Santa Fe.
Boy, did that one drop out of Sharp. Great left-handed pitcher. A lot of stuff on that ball.
Candy takes one low. And this one outside as well right now, 3-0 to Candy. See the runner on first. Mathis here with 2 outs. Sharp got to be careful here. Would not want to walk Candy here. Put 2 on. Is that one a strike? Just a little bit high, but definitely in the zone.
That was a good looking pitch. Had to take that one. You had to take that one for a 3-1 count now.
Oh, that's a strike. Outside part of the plate. Looked like a little check swing right there, and our home plate umpire wasn't buying it.
That would be interesting to see it from that first baseline. I thought he checked, Drew. I thought he checked on that one. But hey, the ump, you got the better eyes.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes here. 2 outs just underway at Daytona State. Sharp comes hard. Ball right back up the middle, and this one is going to get in the outfield for another base hit. So 2-out rally for the visitors and Santa Fe as Candy comes through.
Yeah, just had enough stuff on it out of the second baseman's reach. That was actually a decent hit, controlled hit up the middle. Not enough to advance the first base runner to third. So they're stuck on first and second right now.
That brings up Brock Edge now.
Brock with a .463 slugger percentage. So he obviously likes to be in this spot right now.
Doing some good-looking bats so far for Santa Fe. Taken high. Going to be talking about players that have signed to play at the next level. Guys like Jack Nagy, the third baseman for Daytona State, going to play at Florida Institute of Technology next year. KG Parkhurst going to Gardner-Webb. Trent Taylor is signed, sealed, and delivered as well to the University of Central Florida. So 3 players as of right now signed for Daytona State, and that is what this level is all about. Signing, going on to the next level, or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be in baseball. It's all about having a great experience here on campus.
If you can make an impression in a 2-year program such as this, as Tim Tuma has done.
Low and inside that time, so 2 balls, 2 strikes continue, Ted.
Then you've got to be, I mean, as an administrator for this college, you got to be extremely happy with that kind of talent as a coach.
Outside part of the plate, strike 3. Great pitch by Mason Sharp. And he shuts down Santa Fe to get out of the jam here in the first. Just underway at Daytona State. Scoreless with the Falcons coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Daytona State College. There's the defense for Santa Fe. The outfield, Candy, Bider, and Edge from left to right. Westbrook is the third baseman. Marquise at short. Logs in at second. Mathis at first. Stafford behind the plate. And Michael Paul, the right-handed pitcher, will get the ball today for Santa Fe College. Daytona State will come up to bat for the first time here today, and see this potent lineup for the Falcons. They've been red hot so far, and Tell you what, just looking around this gorgeous facility, the baseball complex at Daytona State, it is second to none right now in the state of Florida. Ted, it is spectacular.
And just while we were offline, Drew, you were mentioning the upgrade of the field, the renovation. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous out there.
Yes, it is certainly incredible. Infield redone right after last season. First time in 20 years it has had that sort of a facelift. Coach Tuma said it was already beautiful. It was beautiful before, but the brand new turf has just made it absolutely exquisite as Taylor puts it in play, and he can't beat out the throw. So there is one away as Westbrook makes the play for Santa Fe. But there you look at the turf. Again, brand new. Also, the halo around home plate, you'll notice. The new turf also in the cages as well. Facility upgrades, incredible here. Athletic Director Will Dunn and the faculty just taking extra pride in baseball here on campus at Daytona State.
Yeah, the dugouts revamped, communication revamped inside the dugouts. It looks beautiful, and it sits right next to our stellar, I should say Daytona State's stellar soccer field, which has gotten a lot of play and a lot of publicity in the newspaper, especially with the community events they've been putting on.
Jack Nagy now for the Falcons. 208 average, but a guy who is epitomizing team in his tenure here on the East Coast. Nagy is one of Tuma's favorites. See if he can get on here. Takes a strike. 2-1. FIT commit, sophomore, 5'10", great glove on the hot corner for the Falcons. Low and outside, count even at 2-2.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a hot glove, obviously picked up for his fielding experience, but at the same time, he's going to have to pick up that batting average at 208 currently.
Michael Paul dealing for Santa Fe. Paul, a sophomore, he's got good size, 6'3". See that delivery kind of comes down and a strike called. So Nagy going to be retired here, or no, that it's 2 strikes on Nagy. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here.
Yeah, one turn deserves another. We saw that just a little while in the top half of the first inning.
There's ball 4. So Falcons have their first base runner.
The ump said, okay, now you can pass to first.
Nagy does all the little things, whether it's picking up for his teammates, making that little play, sacrificing, getting a guy over.
And you see that little thing he just did just to inspire his teammates? He booked it to first base on a ball. He booked it.
That's Justin Rodriguez's turn. Rodriguez red hot swinging the bat this year, 373 average. And, you know, you watch this young man when he is in the box, Justin Rodriguez, and he looks like Ted. Just got that look of a big leaguer. Look at how he grips the bat and gets around. There he takes one for a ball, but he's got great size, great strength, tremendous speed as well.
Season average so far, 373. 507 slugger. Just like you said, I mean, he's got the tools.
Big swing there, but it's foul. Now Rodriguez still a little bit raw, and that's what his time here at Daytona State is for, to fine-tune some of those loose ends, tighten them up, get ready for perhaps a career in big-time college baseball or maybe even at the pro ranks.
Some AAA ball maybe. Red shirt sophomore.
Out of Farmingdale, New York. Here's the 1-2. Check him back at first. Nagy in safely.
Farmingdale University, or at the time, was an agricultural college.
Okay.
Back up in Long Island, which I am from, and my mother went to that university. At the time, I believe a community college. Bunch of cows running around on the field.
Rodriguez puts it in play. Possible double play opportunity. 6, 4, 3, and Rodriguez going to dig to second base as the ball got away. So no damage done for the Falcons. Rodriguez to second. There's 2 away, though. They do have a runner in scoring position.
Error there by the second baseman, be charged.
Let's take one more look, and sometimes early in the season, turning that double play, no easy task.
Oh, the shortstop did well to get rid of that ball quick.
Parkhurst watches one, inside ball one. KG Parkhurst, 263 average, committed to Webb. Clay High School, Granger, Indiana, represented. Parkhurst came on the scene, had a spectacular start to his freshman campaign last year. This one hit to the shortstop, tough play made, and backhanded over to first for the out. So Santa Fe defense comes through, and we've played one here at Daytona State College, scoreless, with Santa Fe coming up in just a moment. Welcome back to Daytona State College. There you see the scoreboard so far, still scoreless. 2 hits up to this point for Santa Fe in the first inning. Daytona State straining a base runner in the bottom half. Ball's taken low and inside. This is Kyler Marquise leading it off for Santa Fe. So 6, 7, and 8 here in the second for the visitors. Outside for strike one. Marquise gets around and off that time. And another good pitch for Daytona State's Mason Sharp. That curveball is doing some work here early in this game, as he has struck out a few using it. Cade Westbrook takes his turn now. He'll put this one in play and fielded by the first baseman, KG Parkhurst, and a quick 2 outs for the Falcons. Great to have you with us today, Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos. Gorgeous day here at Daytona State College. Baseball season alive and well here on campus, and the program at Daytona State College just doing great work every single year. Another ball put in play. Chad Pike, this time the second baseman, throws over to Parkhurst, and that will do it. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Santa Fe. Daytona State keeping Santa Fe off the scoreboard, and they're coming up in the bottom of the second here in just a moment. So Coach Tim Tuma leading Daytona State. And one of the best coaches in all of junior college baseball, 18th year here on campus. Loves developing players, loves his team's competitive fire right now. He says, Ted, the great thing about this particular team right here, they don't need to be overcoached by me. Sometimes I can just kind of sit back and guys with their leadership can kind of drive the bus right now. And he is having fun at the moment coaching Daytona State.
And every year, and he's looking at academic scholars. I mean, you look at that stat that he has 29 consecutive semesters of a 3.0 or higher team GPA. Crazy. And then you look at the other stat, National Academic Baseball Team of the Year, 12 years in a row, Drew. And how's that for turnout for just a 2-year program? That's what makes this so amazing as far as that type of respect and, going back and forth between his team. He has students and, baseball players still showing up, calling him years later.
I asked him, I said, what makes you so excited to come to work every day? He said, developing players, watching them have success, get to the next level, not just in baseball, but also in life. Nobody does it better than Tim Tuma.
I thought you were just going to break out into a song there, Drew, with Nobody Does It Better. I'm glad you didn't.
I'm glad I didn't, too.
But honestly, Tim Tuma, I know this college is so grateful to have him.
Bobby Sparling now stepping in for Daytona State. 1 ball, 1 strike to him.
He's got the right recipe. You were talking about developing players.
Oh, this one's hit hard to left center field. Got a little bit of carry, but under it is Candy, the left fielder, for the first out. That ball was struck pretty well, though.
Yeah, you wonder. You don't see any flags blowing out there. Well, yeah, you do see in the left-hand corner a little bit. It looks like they're blowing a little bit to left field. So interesting to see that ball. It was well struck. See that ball caught. I thought that one was gone.
Here's Schumacher now, the left fielder, hitting from the left side. When you ask Coach Tuma, who's been a big surprise this year on this team? And he says the young man at the plate right now. Official name is Lawson, but it goes by Larry. Got the nickname going, and his teammates have taken to him very, very well.
And how about transitioning from catcher to left field? Another surprise.
Michael Paul, big right-hander dealing for Santa Fe. Outside part of the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ooh, mean-looking pitch right there. You could only go on opposite field if you were lucky.
Swing right there will be strike 3. So quick 2 down. And now Chad Pike will be coming up for the Falcons with 2 away. So this could very well be a pitcher's duel here today. I think both coaches would love to get 5 to 6 innings out of both starters.
I got to tell the fans who are sitting on their couch having a couple of cheese doodles and a soda pop, don't blink your eye because you might miss the inning. These are going by quick.
Chad Pike now, switch hitter for Daytona State. He's got the best average right now in the lineup, 375. And for a second baseman, that is really, really impressive. Pike watches a strike, 1-2.
You could hear that one fire right into the glove of the catcher. That had some pop on it.
Stafford behind the plate for Santa Fe. Nice block that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Daytona State impressive over the last 10 days. Winning 5 in a row. Hot shot right back to Michael Pohl, though, and he'll take care of things. So 1, 2, 3, go the Falcons in the second. We've played 2. And Daytona Beach still scoreless. Santa Fe coming up top of the third in a moment.
have time to get started. Our 7-week express courses start March 18th. For more information, visit DaytonaState.edu or call 386-506-4DSC. It's time to express yourself. You were busy over the holidays. We get it. At Daytona State College, we know a thing or two about how to help you stay on track. Our 7-week express courses start March 18th, so you still have time to get started on a new career. What are you waiting for? Apply today. Lock in your class schedule.
Back here in the top of the third, Daytona State College, Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, and our fabulous crew, WDSC TV, Falcons Athletic Network. This ball shot right to the second baseman. Tried to glove it. Instead, it's into right field for a base hit. So Santa Fe with their third base runner here of the day. And that was Stafford in the 9-hole, so turning the lineup over now as Biter comes up as the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Chad Pike almost making the play on that one. Just off the glove. And drifted slowly into the outfield.
If you're just joining us, it's been a pitcher's duel so far. Mason Sharp looking very sharp. You know I had to say that at some point.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
For Daytona State.
How could you resist that easy pun, Drew?
Inside part of the plate, just off, and 2 balls. Now the count to Biter. Good opportunity for Mason Sharp today. Just a freshman out of Palatka High School. Ball drops just out of the zone, 3-0 now. If you are Santa Fe, you really need a win today. Daytona State has beaten you the last 2 times out. Tough to beat a team 3 times back to back to back in the sport of baseball. Falcons trying to do that here at home. Ball taken in there, 3-1.
A little bit of a high strike, but in the zone. Certainly a pitch to take.
Ball low, and now 2 aboard as Biter will take his base. So first and second here with nobody out in the 3rd inning.
Kind of a replay of what happened in the first with Sharp as well. 2 out, single, then a walk, and then finalized with a strikeout.
And that gets a trip to the mound here. Falcons trying to just talk to Mason Sharp here, say, hey, keep the ball down, let your defense work. Do not give them any free base runners here in this situation with nobody out.
Yeah, don't get rattled. You've been throwing good stuff. I mean, it's kind of advice I'd be giving if I was a pitching coach. You've been doing fine. But don't get yourself rattled just because you let a single go by.
You know, the entire team vibe, very good right now with this club. Talked about how Coach Tuma said that everybody's working in precision. Everybody's got each other's backs. Everybody's picking up for each other.
It's a process, Drew. It's a
Absolutely.
process. A little bit of money ball right there.
Situations like this, you need it. Here's Isaiah Perry now for Santa Fe. Runners on first and second base. Nobody out. Perry tries to at least think about laying one down. Instead, he took one. Garrett Mathis on deck for Santa Fe. Another ball taken, and Mason Sharp missing right now outside.
Yeah, that's, I believe, 5 balls in a row. That little pep talk out in the center of the mound there so far not working.
Barnett trying to keep him close there at shortstop. Another ball outside.
Got to be frustrating because he's just missing. Just missing. Inside, that one outside.
3-0 now to Isaiah Perry. Keep in mind, he's got a big stick. I would not be surprised if he tried to go around here. He does take it for a strike. It's one of those situations where you just need one good pitch.
Perry with some pretty decent stats. Not as much, let's say, as your Brock Edge.
Perry hits one high, right field. It'll stay in the infield as Chad Pike drifts back to catch the first out.
Out of a jam. Got to be happy with that one. Sharp got out of it neatly.
Ted, that's the case too. Right there, the wind just kind of kept that ball in the infield. So here comes Mathis in the 3-hole. Garrett Mathis, sophomore for Santa Fe, and he'll foul one back.
Two on, one out only. A little bit of a dangerous position to be in.
Sharp looking the runner back, fires it outside, and now 1-1.
What do you think, Drew? Them playing with the play clock here in the big leagues. What do you think of that rule change that might be an eventuality?
In Major League Baseball, yes. I don't think you should do that in college baseball. You got to let the game play itself out as the ball gets by. Posick, runners move up, second and third now with one away, and that is a big mishandle right there because it puts now two runners in scoring position.
Right. It extinguishes the possibility of a double play.
Two and one to Mathis. Sharp tries to go to that curveball again, and it's 3-1. Got him to swing that time. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think he was swinging for the farm or the fence on that one. Big cut.
Garrett Mathis, good opportunity here for the visitors to get on the scoreboard. Hit hard to the second baseman, and he'll get the sure out at first, so the run will come in. Santa Fe on the board first here. 1-0 is the score with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think if you're Sharp and you get away with just 1 run down going into the bottom of the third, you got to be happy. Just a runner on third at this point in time, 2 outs. Hopefully he can control a more positive outcome for this inning.
Gerard Candy's turn here with 2 away. Runner on third base. Mason Sharp trying to get out of this inning, get his team back up to the plate. He talked about the pitch clock. As I said, I think at the major league level, so many games for television purposes, I think it would be a good idea. College game, I'd say leave it the same way. High school game, like it the way it is.
Yeah, they're so much more deliberate as you get with men on base in the pros, all the type of strategies and mind games that they're playing. And after a while, the ump is saying, "Hey, enough dilly-dallying." And finally, you have the commissioner looking at this and saying, maybe we should look at a possible rule change.
Gerard Candy hitting from the right side. Sharp pitches it right to him. This is hit to center field, and it's caught. Coming on to make the catch was Trent Taylor, the UCF commit, to get Daytona State back to the dugout. But Santa Fe does get a run, and it's the first one of this game. 1-0, the score here at Daytona State College. Great to have you with us.
time to claim your career. Daytona State's newest certificate program in hospitality beverage science combines theory and practical hands-on instruction on a range of beverage production processes like craft brewing and wines. Learn how to pair wines and beer with appropriate food choices, produce various styles of beers and wines, as well as how to manage, merchandise, and market beverages. Call 386-506-4DSC or visit us online at daytonastate.edu.
Just another reason Daytona State is such a special place. The brewery here, a great place on campus, educating future breweries of America.
I tell you, that Academy of Beer Science, oops, I meant beverage science.
Beverage.
Of course, beverage science. It's one of the DSC's culinary and hospitality programs that prepare students for exciting opportunities from food design to running a hotel or a restaurant. And now they can add the Academy of Beverage Science to that.
Absolutely love it. Bottom of the third inning. And Dawson Posick leading things off for Daytona State. So 8-9-1 here for the Falcons. And the third inning, Posick 174 on the year. Comes around a little late that time. Westbrook up throwing for Santa Fe, and there's one out. Can't think of many places, though, that have a brewery on campus. That is pretty cool stuff. And educating beverage makers of America, Ted. Wine and beer as well. It's really, really nice.
Well, now you've kind of seen this upsurge in craft beer makers. Of course, there are the fake craft beer makers that are under, let's say, a large company.
Sure.
But I mean, as far as these small breweries, that's exactly what it's trying to teach through that blend of hops and malt and barley and all that kind of good stuff.
Jordan Barnett and the 9-hole for the Falcons.
Various proportions. They talk about entrepreneurship within the program, owning your own business. I mean, it's soup to nuts up there.
So Jordy Barnett at the plate. Interesting note on him. He is one of 2 Australians on the roster this year for Daytona State.
How about that? How is Tuma getting people out of, Aussie country and right next to the Kiwis?
Yeah, there's Barnett, and there's also a young man by the name of Kyle Morrison. And Morrison, a right-handed pitcher out of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. 6'3" freshman. 2 Australians for the Falcons contributing here in 2019. And a good job that time by Jordan as he gets the walk, turns the lineup over to Trent Taylor, the leadoff hitter.
And just a factoid out of Melbourne. Drew, I know you have Greek heritage in you, as I do. Phelios, Sophianos. Interesting, Melbourne, the second largest Greek population out of Greece.
Really?
Interesting little stat.
Did not know that. Trent Taylor takes one for the team. And he'll trot down to first base. So Taylor aboard for the first time. He grounded out his last time, but hey, those are the situations there. Ball's coming at you. Not really a chance to move. And Taylor, one of 2 runners aboard now for Daytona State.
I like the way Taylor took that as well. I mean, he didn't lean into it, but he certainly didn't really back away. And it was a breaking ball down, a little bit high around the shoulder area. It wasn't a very hard pitch. He did a good job. Advanced the runner. Second, one on first.
Jack Nagy now stepping in for the Falcons. Nagy walked his last time up.
Yeah, Paul not used to walking or hitting batters as the pitcher.
Nagy watches one high and outside. Couple balls now to Nagy. Tell you what, even though he's only hitting 208, Jack is a tough out for Daytona State. Sees the ball really well. Gets around that time. Ball's going to be out of play. It'll be 2-1.
And just to kind of partner up with what you just said, Drew, yeah, okay, his average percentage rate, 208 right now, batting percentage, but his on-base percentage, as you just said, he's studying the pitcher. He's getting base on balls quite often to have that on-base percentage. Like you said, a smart batter.
Jordan Barnett with the lead at second base. Paul the pitch, and that's a strike. Be 2-2 now.
Could have been a strike either way. Painted the outside corner, and certainly he went past.
Nagy with a chance to deliver here for Daytona State. Runner in scoring position, second time today. Now 3-2, full count.
Now it's Paul that seems a little rattled, perhaps.
Justin Rodriguez, big swinger on deck for Daytona State. Definitely want to get him to the plate. Runner goes. Nagy comes around, and this one will be out of play, just barely.
Yeah, I'm sure you can see on TV, fans, the flags blowing in. Going to be hard to take one out of the yard today. Our camera crew has a picture of that. Good job, gang. WDSC TV.
A little nippy out there today, isn't it?
Especially this morning when I was taking in the garbage cans. I didn't want to do that in my shorts. Neither did the neighbors. Didn't want to see me out there like that, I'm sure.
I don't think so. Full count to Nagy. Hangs in there. Found it back again. What this is doing is running up the pitch count here of Michael Paul.
Right, and as you mentioned before, about Nagy, his on-base percentage, a smart batter, now has fouled off a few, hanging in there.
One out here in the bottom of the third. Try and keep him close. Barnett quickly back to second. See the perfect weather we've got here today in Daytona Beach. No better place to be for NJCAA baseball. Mid-Florida Conference matchup, Santa Fe and Daytona State. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runner goes again, and Nagy drills it into center field for a base hit. Barnett is going to try and score, and Daytona State is on the board.
Clutch hit by Nagy, going opposite field. Over the second baseman's head. Great job.
What an at-bat by Nagy, working that pitch count up, then waiting for his pitch and drilling it.
Oh, he earned every penny right there, being on the squad. And honestly, that just rallies up your teammates as well. To be in that position. Here's the replay, Drew. Up.
Justin Rodriguez's turn. Rodriguez with a fielder's choice his last time up. Runners now on first and third base, and we're tied at 1.
As you were mentioning before, Rodriguez, a big bat.
Up. Looked like they tried to send one to second, and in fact, sliding in is Nagy, trying to induce that throw to maybe give the runner at third a chance, and nearly did it that time.
Paul had thrown that one a little bit in the dirt. Tough for the catcher to come back and throw it at second.
I think a good decision by Stafford, the Santa Fe catcher, to not let that one loose. Oh, good pitch right there by Paul for a strike.
Oh, that just dropped out of the sky. Ooh, tough one. Over 500 slugging percentage for Rodriguez. He's got some bat.
Runners on second and third now for Daytona State. So essentially here, if Rodriguez can just get a piece of it, maybe send it to the outfield, set up a sacrifice fly opportunity.
But here, if you're head coach Wiggs, Johnny Wiggs, head coach Santa Fe College, you're almost telling your pitcher, giving him some sign language, paint around the corners right now because first is open. for business. So that might be the strategy that they're trying to follow here.
Rodriguez, big swing, another foul ball.
Good looking fastball there. Rodriguez not expecting it, very late in the swing.
Justin Rodriguez, remember this name. Certainly going to catch the eye of several scouts down the road. Taken, that time high and outside.
Ooh, that was a bit of a wild heater. Had a lot of gas on that one. But that won't scare Rodriguez.
Jack Nagy at second base. Trent Taylor at third. Oh, big swing and a miss that time. That's a big strikeout for Michael Paul.
What a gorgeous pitch across the plate, down and out. Gorgeous. Well done, Paul.
Just came with a fastball here. Fooled him a little bit. A little bit of a changeup, should say. Ball had plenty of movement, too.
Just a gorgeous pitch. Fooled the hitter's eye on that one. And there's another one. Oh, he's getting into a groove. That's why his earned run average is just so low. Can take the pressure well. If you're Daytona State here, you don't want to strand two, second and third, when you only had one out going into it. When your best hitter just got struck out. Yikes.
KG Parkhurst with 2 down for the Falcons. Another player committed, going to Webb. 263 average. Playing first base today. Watches one high and outside, 2-1. Talk about Webb. I'm, of course, talking about Gardner Webb. Outstanding university for athletics. Trent Taylor, the UCF recruit right now on third base, 90 feet away for the Falcons. See the redone infield here on campus. Parkhurst had a great Daytona State career. Chance to make it even better right here. 2-2 with 2 down.
I know, Paul's in a groove right now. Oof.
Pops this one up. Playable. Logsden called off. And he'll make the play for Santa Fe. So Daytona State strands 2. They do get 1, though, here in the third to tie it at 1. We've played 3 at Daytona State College. 1-1. Headed to the 4th here on the Falcons Athletic Network. Welcome back to Daytona State College. A look at Johnny Wiggs in his 13th season, leading Santa Fe, winner of 8 conference championships. Tremendous success he has had with their baseball program. That Gainesville area, Santa Fe College, producing great talent year in and year out. Such great baseball talent in the state of Florida, isn't there, Ted?
I got to say, and if you understand the college system here, you have several colleges in the state that are almost farm clubs to the big unis.
Sure.
Santa Fe to University of Florida. You have Seminole and Valencia right next to University of Central Florida. You have Miami-Dade State College right next to University of Miami. So you have these farm clubs that are I say farm club, but real natural conduits to the big league schools.
Yep. Brockedge leading things off for Santa Fe here in the top of the fourth. And a new pitcher for Daytona State, Christian Graham, freshman righty. Gets the ball out of Denellen, Florida, Denellen High School. And this ball is going to be put in play quickly, very playable. Shortstop coming over, calling everybody off, and cannot hang on. Jordan Barnett, that time the wind just played with it.
Yeah, you saw the wind action there. He had a great beat on it. Called off the third baseman, but I think Barnett kind of handled that a little bit flippantly.
See, Barnett called off Jack Nagy that time, drifted back, and that may be one I think that the left fielder should have come on. With Shoemaker out there, probably could have come on to make that play.
And obviously running that fly out all the way to second base.
So an out gets away for the Falcons. Let's see if that comes back to bite them here in this inning.
Edge, biding his time. Edge, just to the edge right there of second base. Sorry, Drew. Selfish pun.
You're getting started now, aren't you? Christian Graham.
I had to follow you after yours.
There you go. So 3 innings pitched for Mason Sharp. Gives up 1 run for Daytona State. I think perfect scenario. Coach Tuma would have liked to see him go 5 or 6 innings, but instead he did bring up a lot of pitches in that 3rd inning. Two balls, 1 strike now. Kyler Marquise the batter. Christian Graham, new pitcher for Daytona State. Midweek games usually saved for the youngsters to get experience. And that is Graham's task right now.
Freshman. Thus far, though, only 12 innings pitched this season. ERA not too bad.
Ball gets away that time. It'll be ball 4. So Marquise is aboard. And Westbrook will now come to the plate for Santa Fe. And you see how that first out of the inning, you don't make that out, and then it just kind of makes everything else a little bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Exactly. Posick coming out to talk to him.
Dawson Posick been a great sign this year for the Falcons. They did not expect him to be the everyday catcher, but big number 11 has stepped up, sort of outperformed what the coaches thought he could do at the start of the year, earned his spot. Done a great job behind the plate. It's not just catching and throwing the ball trying to get base runners out. It's taking control of situations just like this, settling down your pitcher a little bit.
And look what that just did. Painted the outside corner right there. Good job. Christian Graham after a little bit of consult from Posick.
Westbrook takes a big swing, and he fouls this one back.
I'm sure our fans were able to see it. You had Edge and Barnett doing a little dance there by second base. Probably start to see it again as they show that view.
Brockedge at second base. There you see the hitter, Westbrook.
And Barnett, you could see that late throw, but that's the strategy right now. Try to distract the pitcher, Christian Graham.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. Falcons need an out. Try and keep the runner close. And back safely one more time. It's Mr. Edge. Cade Westbrook watches that one. And it looked like it got caught a little bit in no man's land that time, did Brock Gage, but able to get back to second. High and outside, missed way off that time. Brings up another full count. About 52 degrees here at the Daytona State Baseball Complex.
You're going to be disappointed if you lose Westbrook here, and there it goes.
Wow. So the bases are juiced here in the fourth with nobody out. Key moment in this game, Ted.
Wow. You don't want to lose Westbrook. I mean, his average is 200 as far as, batting and slugging, not much more. And Graham lost him.
You got to wonder, an opportunity like this, do you take Christian Graham out? And that's exactly what's going to happen, because you simply cannot afford any more mistakes here. This inning could quickly get out of hand.
Right, so you wonder who Coach Tooma going to put in now. You got a host of pitchers in the DSC bench with a lot of innings pitched so far this season.
Looks like it's going to be Joey Hecht, sophomore lefty out of Centerville, Ohio, getting the ball here.
Joey Hecht, the lefty. I remember Joey Hecht from last year. Showed some good stuff when I believe it was you and I, Drew, that broadcast one of these springtime WDSC TV games.
Talked about academics. Daytona State College, National Academic Baseball Team of the Year, 12 years in a row. That is getting it done in the classroom.
Tim Tooma turning out scholar athletes left and right. As I mentioned before, he's had lifelong relationships for the many years that he's been here. As students go out into the world of work, if they don't make it to AA, AAA professional ball, they can count on Tim Tooma for that worldly advice that he is so well known for. A wise young man.
That Coach Tooma, graduate of Lake Worth High School, also Palm Beach Community College, and the University of Florida. He was once an academic All-SEC performer. Outstanding career as a Gator. Still strong ties to the university. Daytona State got some work to do here.
Yeah, a tough spot. Bases loaded, 0 outs. Bringing Joey Hecht in a little bit of a difficult time.
Oh, hitter. As Logsdon took one on the leg. And 1 pitch, 1 run for Santa Fe. As Jonathan Logsdon takes one for the team that time.
Wow, that looked like a little bit of nerves there. So 2-1. The Saints are up on the Falcons. I mean, it's almost impossible not to give up a couple of runs in this position that you're in right now.
Ball chopped to the left side, foul. Daytona State started the game strong on the mound with Mason Sharp, but last few innings have let a lot of pitches get away, just have not really painted the zone the way they would envision. And Santa Fe going to try and make them pay here. Caleb Stafford swinging it for the Saints. Gets a hold of one to center field. Trent Taylor's going to try and come on. He'll make the catch. Tagging up at third. The Saints runner is in safe.
Nice try on the throw-in. Just didn't have enough juice. Had a good run and start at that ball, though. All his momentum going into that throw, but just couldn't get there.
Call it a sacrifice fly for Caleb Stafford. And now top of the order again with Bider leading the way. Runners on first and second base here.
That's a quick 0-2 count. Only 3-1. They can keep it here. That's certainly not too much of a disappointment then. Even up the count. 2-2. Parker Bearder, darn good hitter. 354 average. Got to be careful or you're going to pitch him. And that ball that got through now pushes men to second and third. 2-2, only one out.
Hit hard, and this is going to be fair down the right field line. No, it is foul. Oh, looked like it got the bounce that time, but home plate umpire immediately coming out and saying foul ball.
Yeah, home ump had a better eye on that one. First base ump did not, although called it fair at first.
Another ball sent to home plate, safely in there. And Santa Fe just racking up the runs right now.
Oof. Try to get the runner at home. Perhaps not the best decision there, not to go to first base, take the sure out.
So 4-1. And it's turning out to be a really, really good inning for the Saints. Isaiah Perry now at the plate. Still just one out.
Nix went off the side there, trying to advance the runner. Caused some mayhem. That was interesting strategy. I like that. Would have been a squeeze play at the plate. And maybe a sure out at first.
Joey Heck trying to dig in here for Daytona State. Come in a tough situation like this. Just no margin for error.
And Perry missed on 2 bunts there. As we all know in baseball, if he nicks this next bunt, He would then be called out. Coach might want him to swing away then, being that he missed those first two. Way outside there. Easy does it, Joey Hecht. Focus.
Second pitcher this inning for Daytona State. They're on their third pitcher overall. Mason Sharp started the game. Christian Graham came in at the start of the inning. Unable to get an out. That brought in Joey Hecht.
Definitely a protracted top of the fourth. Still one out. Full count, Drew. Will they extend their lead further here?
Ball's popped up. Daytona State, chance at the second out here. Squeezing it is Chad Pike. And there's two away. Runners on second and third. So that's a big out as they're able to retire Perry.
Right, and it should be three right now. That drop by the shortstop in the beginning of this inning started all off. Didn't use, I think the coach will always tell you, two hands when fielding the outfield fly. Come on now. Garrett Mathis up here. Got some size, 6'2". Wearing number 8 today.
Go to the bullpen one more time. Joey Hecht will be done for the day. Comes in, gets a couple outs, and now Daytona State will hand the ball over to Kyle Morrison, freshman righty, and one of the Australians that we talked about earlier on. He, along with Jordan Barnett, coming from down under.
They saw something in Hecht there that they didn't like the matchup with Mathis. You know, Mathis was a .333 batting average, 500 slugger. So for whatever reasons, they didn't like that matchup, and now Morrison take a few practice here before we start back up with two out.
Now pitching for the Falcons, number 14, Kyle Morrison.
So Santa Fe has settled in here as they got their first run in the second inning. Daytona State countered, made it one apiece, and now 4-1 after 3 runs here in the top of the fourth.
Right now looking good for the Saints not to be swept in this short series here. Started on March 2nd. Daytona taking, as we said before, if you're just joining us, the first two. And here we are today, March 6th. These two colleges, not too far away from each other, about 70 miles between Santa Fe and Daytona State. Right out there by the swamp, Santa Fe, in Gainesville.
Here's Garrett Mathis, 3-hole for Santa Fe. And let's see here what Kyle Morrison can do. Good start.
That was a good looking pitch. Lower outside bottom corner. Just caught it.
hit right back at him. Morrison up to the task, and he'll take care of things for the Falcons. But Daytona State does surrender 3 in the top of the 4th, so not the best inning. Santa Fe with a 3-run lead, 4-1. We've played 3.5 here at Daytona State. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Daytona State College. Falcons definitely have some work to do here. Drew Felios with Ted Sofianos. Daytona State giving up 3 big runs in the top of the 4th, and now Bobby Sparling gets things rolling in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, that was an action-packed top of the 4th for sure, Drew. Go from 1-1 to 4-1. Got to be happy if you're Johnny Wiggs, head coach of Santa Fe.
Sparling, the DH, pops this one up center field, and Bider comes up, makes the catch for the first out. So Sparling, remember he had a brother, Matt Sparling, was a pitcher here at Daytona State. He's now at FAU. So family ties there for the Sparling family, coming here to play college baseball in Daytona as Schumacher now steps in. This is actually Jake Morrow. So Coach Tuma going to his bench for the first time. So some changes in the Falcons lineup here.
You'll have to see who in outfield was taken out for Jake Morrow to go in.
Interesting. Morrow, only a freshman out of Jacksonville. Puts it in play, and it will be foul. Providence High School represented.
Fans, you might notice that you have your first base ump right now. There's only 2.
Ball's hit pretty hard. Left field's going to carry in the wind all the way back to the track. And the play is made out there by Candy, who was drifting back, and he makes the catch. So a great catch by Gerard Candy for the second out.
Wow, and that was so well struck. Hand it to Candy, though, for the pickup. Whoa. Great swing at that. That ball was delivered.
Another ball put in play for Daytona State, and this one's going to be retired as the center fielder comes on to make the catch. Biter, and that will do it for Daytona State. Very quick bottom of the fourth. We've played 4 here in Falcons country. It's 4-1 as we head to the 5th on the Falcons Athletic Network. Welcome back to WDSC TV. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos as we continue on. 5th inning. Kyle Morrison throwing for Daytona State. Bit of an uphill battle here this afternoon. Santa Fe with a 4-1 lead. And there's Gerard Candy. Made the great play in left field in the last inning. High and tight that time for a ball. So 4, 5, and 6 here in the top of the 5th for the Saints. Swing that time, got a piece of it, found it back.
Daytona State on their 4th pitcher here, Drew. Kyle Morrison. I do like the way he finished out that inning, though, when looked like there could have been, putting a damper and some clouds onto this sunny day for the DSC squad. Could have been a lot worse than 4-1.
Candy hits it to center field. Drifting back is Taylor, and he comes on to make the catch. 1 away.
That was a towering fly ball. Look at that facility, though. Gorgeous. They've done a real great job. And as Tim Tuma had said before, it looked great before.
It certainly did. You take a look there at the halo around home plate. New turf I mentioned, not just in the infield, also in the batting cages as well as Brock Edge comes up now for the Saints. This, of course, a Mid-Florida Conference matchup here in Region 8. All these conference games extra important and marked by all of the 7 programs participating. And what great institutions Daytona State has in their conference. Florida State College of Jacksonville and Lake Sumter, Santa Fe, St. John's River, College of Central Florida as well. Seminole State represented. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, nice pitch right there. And quick 2 outs. So strikeout. Kyle Morrison has a groove going right now for the Falcons.
And most of those, if not all of them, Drew, I believe, are all D1 for JUCO.
Yep.
National Junior Athletic Association. National Junior College Athletic Association, I should say. NJCAA. Baseball right here. Being broadcast primarily to the bi-county area of Flagler and Volusia County.
Kyler Marquise had a good day so far for the Saints. This one outside, 1 ball. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike.
Just a bit outside there.
Just a little bit.
So as mentioned before, the 4th pitcher for DSC, Kyle Morrison.
Oh, and that's the 3rd hit batter that we've had today. Oof. And perhaps the wind has something to do with that. Cold day as well.
Yeah, they've gone for a long trend here. Here's the replay, Drew. Caught him off the left shoulder. I mean, you know this. You live here in Florida with me, and we've noticed. I mean, 10 degrees above average temperature for the last week and a half or so. So the climate's been actually very nice. This is a stark change to what we've had over the last 10 days or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Cade Westbrook now in the batter's box for the Saints. Westbrook, big swing that time. Trent Taylor's been busy today. Can he come over and make another one? And he does just that for Daytona State. It ends the inning. So 1 base runner stranded for the Saints. Daytona State still trailing by 3, 4-1 through 4.5 here in Daytona. Back here at Daytona State College, Tim Tuma takes his place along the 3rd base line for Daytona State. 18th year as the head coach here on campus. Had a chance to reminisce with him a little bit about some of the great players of the past as Daytona State will try and get things rolling here. And guys that he brought up, one guy that came up, address that here in just a moment. Dawson Posick leads it off. It's 8-9-1 here in the 5th. Posick will pop it up, and the first out made as the right fielder makes the grab. So Jordan Barnett now coming up. But Coach Tuma said a couple guys come to mind. One is Gage Hutchinson, right-handed pitcher right now at Florida State. came from Spruce Creek, had arm surgery, 7 knee surgeries, has overcome everything to have a great baseball career. The other is Mike Gatlin, guy who went to NC State, didn't choose baseball as his future path. Instead, got his PhD, and now he's a teacher, Ted.
Wow.
One of your kind, huh?
Wow.
You like that?
Right. Right in my wheelhouse. Another PhD. Piled higher and deeper.
See what Jordan Barnett can do here. Watches one low and inside. But the bottom line was it's not just baseball that some of these student athletes will choose as a path. Sometimes they'll choose other roads while on campus and be successful down the line. And a guy who comes to mind when I talk about that, Rob Hill, a young man who played here for 2 years at Daytona State, decided he didn't want to pursue baseball anymore. He told Coach Tuma, literally, I want to be a rocket scientist. And Coach Tuma said, yeah, right. Are you kidding me? Guess what? Today, he is a rocket scientist for SpaceX. So he defied all odds and chased his dreams. As the ball is sent fair, Daytona State with Barnett now aboard, and he stays at first base. So a base runner here in the bottom of the 5th, and they need plenty of those.
That was a nice going with the pitch right there. Opposite field hit. Almost had a chance to take it to second base. Left fielder did a good job, pick that up and hold him to first.
Now it's Trent Taylor's turn, center fielder, future UCF Knight. Watches one there, throw back down, check on Barnett, and he's in safely. Now Trent Taylor's a guy who also can step up on the bump, Ted. He's a sidearm pitcher. Brings a different approach for Daytona State if needed later on.
And also an excellent batter. Perhaps not that time.
Doesn't get much of that one. Center fielder comes on, it's Biter, and there's 2 away. So the future UCF Knight can't come through this time. He popped it up. Jack Nagy now, the FIT commit, just outside. Well, the bats have been a little bit quiet for Daytona State as of late, Ted.
Yeah, and perhaps it's the pitching from the Saints that have kept those bats rather quiet at this point.
I'd say that's a safe bet. Michael Paul, 5th inning. He is the original starter for Santa Fe.
Has a pretty low pitch count at this time as well, just because of the inactivity with the DSC bats.
Nagy fouls another one off.
Just a bit high on that one. Moves it to 2-1.
Jordan Barnett is your base runner at first. Nagy watches another one, and ball 4.
Yeah, I said 2-1. I meant 3-1. Yep, ball 4.
That brings on Justin Rodriguez now. Rodriguez's bat has not come alive yet today. This is 3rd time at bat, Ted. Boy, they could certainly use him here.
Yeah, will it strike lightning on a clear sunny day is the question mark.
Rodriguez hits it, and it's driven into right field. Right fielder's going to come up throwing. Daytona State trying to get home, and out at the plate is Barnett.
Whoa.
So the Falcons take a chance, but the right fielder Edge was in position and just threw it on a rope.
And I love the cutoff man just letting that go.
Trailing by 4 runs, Falcons take a chance and come up empty. Tag made by Stafford, and the Falcons retired in the 5th. We've played 5 here in Daytona. 4-1 is the score on the Falcons Athletic Network.
Time to claim your career. At Daytona State College, our new Database Technology Associate degree positions students for high-paying jobs managing databases to drive business strategies. Plus, our Engineering Technology Associate degree includes a new specialization in additive manufacturing. That's 3D printing, a rapidly expanding technology. Prepare for a new career or advance where you work now. Call 386-506-4DSC or visit us online.
Start the 6th inning. Santa Fe going right to work, hitting one to the wall and getting 2 bags out of it. And the Saints have been relentless offensively here this afternoon.
The ump is discussing a particular situation here with the coach, Johnny Wiggs. Not sure exactly what happened.
Well, that was Jonathan Logson that time, the hitter. I think it may have to do with the delivery of Kyle Morrison. Umpires today, Terrell Poole and John Dowdy, the 2 umpires on the field. So Santa Fe going to have a runner at second. And this is Caleb Stafford. So 8, 9, and 1 here to lead things off. I believe that leadoff hitter, too, was called out. So Santa Fe has nobody on here with 1 down in the 6th. Ball is hit high and hard, but popped straight up. Let's see. Yeah, third baseman comes over and makes the grab. Nagy for the 2nd out of the inning.
What I surmise, Drew, is that he missed first base on his way for the double. And that was the conversation that the ump had with the first base ump, Terrell and Dowdy.
Bunt laid down. Going to be a tough play for Nagy. What a play by Jack Nagy. The glove and the throw.
Wow. That had superstar quality written all over it, didn't it, Drew? Gorgeous play.
One more time. A look. Jack Nagy coming up saying, I can take care of this. Beats the throw. Beats the runner, rather, just in the nick of time as Parker squeezed it. Going to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. 4-1 your score.
Yourself. You are busy over the holidays. We get it. At Daytona State College, you still have time to get started. Our 7-week express courses start March 18th. For more information, visit daytonastate.edu or call 386-506-4DSC.
Leading off for the Falcons, number 3, A.G. Parker.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Daytona State. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, great to have you with us. 4-1 your score. Daytona State trying to come back here. KG Parkhurst leading things off. And so far the story has been Michael Paul on the hill for Santa Fe. He has done the job for the Saints, only allowed 1 run, and he sort of silenced the Daytona State lineup. And another one hit quickly to the shortstop, throwing over to first for the first out.
And just a remark again about Nagy on that, and a good replay by the DSC camera crew showing us that replay when Nagy threw him out in the nick of time. That was something to watch.
Justin Rodriguez. I don't believe this is not Rodriguez this time. Let's see.
Number 20.
Who is the hitter for Daytona State? It's Bobby Sparling this time.
I tell you, Michael Paul for the Saints has not run out of gas. Ooh, a quick 0-2 count.
Well, he's been able, Ted, to get into a groove, and when you can find your rhythm, you got a good defense behind you. It can just be your day right here in the middle of the week. Oh, that's hit hard, though. Sparling gets a piece. Will it stay fair? No, it won't.
You got a good piece of the bat on that one. Still 0-2 count. Paul in firm command thus far as we're looking at the bottom of the 6th. 1 out for Daytona State with an 0-2 on Sparling.
Sparling swings around. Another foul ball. Talked about the Mid-Florida Conference here in Region 8, the great competition in baseball year in and year out. Not much margin of error, not much separates the best team and, say, the 5th best team in this conference. It's maybe a game or two here or there. Tremendous parity in the Mid-Florida Conference.
Sparling really hanging in there right now. He's fouled off 3. There goes for a change of baseballs there for the head ump, the plate ump.
Did he swing? Believe he did. Yes, he did. 2 outs. So Sparling fouls a couple off, but unable to make contact. And now there's 2 away. So here's Jake Morrow again, the freshman from Jacksonville, Providence High School. Daytona State coming in. Winners of their last 5 games. Going to be tough to make it 6 in a row, though, here.
And 2 of those 5, against the team they're currently playing against.
Michael Paul is feeling it right now. He just continues to paint that zone.
It's one of the first times I've seen him, down the count with 2-0, but right back at you, 2-1.
Hit hard. Right side of the field. And into right field for a base hit.
Squeezed through between the first and second baseman there. Good, solid base hit. Whoosh. Paul with the heater there. Unrattled by that base hit.
Chad Pike now the batter for Daytona State. Switch hitter, second baseman. Hitting from the left side here. And he'll hit this one into left field. It's going to be a tough play. And did the ball drop? I believe it did. So the Falcons keep the inning alive. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. So they're one swing away, Ted, from tying up this game.
Yeah, I mean, that a little bit of luck there, of course. Opposite field hit there. Just dropping in between the third baseman and the left fielder.
Dawson Posic's turn. Morrow at second base for Daytona State. This ball, good contact made. It's into left field. Morrow tries to hold up this time. Does not take a chance like Jordan Barnett did in the last inning. So we'll stay juiced here. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. And now you can take the lead with 1 swing of the bat if it's a home run. Daytona State, would they just be content here to get 1 or 2 runs, though?
Oh, exactly. And you got to wonder right now that Paul is staying in. Wiggs is going to stick with him through the end, it looks like, of the 6th inning. Going to have a little powwow out in the middle of the mound there.
So if you're the coaching staff, Johnny Wiggs leading the way for Santa Fe, do you keep Michael Paul in the game? Or do you take your chances here, say, hey, up until this point, this has been my guy. We're in the 6th inning. He's going to finish this inning. What do you do, Ted, if you're the coaching staff for Santa Fe?
Well, you mentioned this before. I mean, he's been in such a groove. This has been kind of his only, lack as far as it certainly hasn't been his pitching. It's just been putting him over the plate, and DSC had a couple of lucky hits. And now looking real good to put a few more on the board and get closer to that 4-1 lead that the Saints have. And to answer your question, I like the rhythm that he had, so I probably would have left him in myself.
And there you go. Could have a change here on the mound. Michael Paul has done his job up to this point. And I believe, I think they're going to keep him in here. This is strictly to sort of halt the momentum of Daytona State.
Yeah, I think that's a great strategy. Give him a little bit of rest the arm a little bit, talk a little bit perhaps about,
Oh, there you go.
Nope, pulls him. Got the hook.
So certainly you take a little bit of extra time and then you make the change. That's even sort of using that visit to the mound to the maximum. As Michael Paul comes to the dugout, greeted by his teammates, and we'll have a new pitcher for the Saints.
Yeah, it was an interesting exchange that was going on there between not throwing the ball, over the plate, looking at his coach, the catcher looking at Paul, and then the catcher looking at the coach. And we wonder if Paul was just a little bit reluctant and may have felt just a little bit of tiredness, fatigue, maybe a twinge of pain.
Sure. So Emmanuel Fernandez gets the ball for Santa Fe.
Emmanuel not with a lot of innings pitched this season so far. There's a few others with, triple what he has, which is 12 innings pitched. Not a bad looking ERA for him. But you think, the coach Wiggs would have gone to, one of his others who have a lot more innings pitched this season. So interesting change there.
Well, today's game is being brought to you in part by Financial Educators Credit Union, the official credit union of Daytona State College. Again, brought to you in part by Financial Educators Federal Credit Union. the official credit union of Daytona State College. Key situation here in this game, Ted.
Yeah, that credit union right here on the Daytona State campus.
Love it. So Jordan Barnett is the hitter, and Emmanuel Fernandez gets the ball in a key situation. This is hit right to the second baseman. And the force play made at second base to douse the Flames for the Falcons in the 6th. So we've played 6 innings, 4-1 your score. Key chance squandered by the Falcons there. Still 9 outs to play with, though. We'll be back in a moment. Falcons defense back on the field. Cal Morrison still working. As we go to the bottom of the 7th here, Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, Daytona State College in blue. Santa Fe Saints in the gray here this afternoon.
Squandered opportunity there in the bottom of the 6th inning for Daytona State. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Isaiah Perry's had a busy day.
Bats were looking pretty busy there for a bit. How you like Morrison so far, Drew?
I like what he's done. I think he's shown some composure, working here. Nice live fastball. Little movement there. Oh, tough ball to handle. And Isaiah Perry, I believe, is going to be awarded first. Let's see, did that ball drop? Was not sure exactly. And yeah, he will be on first base. So that ball did, in fact, hit the ground. Just came off his bat kind of funny that time, didn't it?
Yeah, and you know, obviously a good fielding there shown by the shortstop, but just couldn't get to it in time before it hit the dirt.
Brings up Garrett Mathis. Mathis pops this one up. Playable for the Falcons. Catch made by Nagy.
Yeah, Nagy, there he is again. Old reliable.
He does so much good for this program, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Hot corner in good hands with that young man. One out now for Morrison. Tries to keep Isaiah Perry close. Remember, Perry's got really good speed over there at first.
23 up to bat, or 27, sorry.
Gerard Candy at the plate for Santa Fe.
Yeah, Perry, as you mentioned, with 7 stolen bases so far this season.
Now, one thing about Daytona State today that they have not done well, Ted, is pitch well throwing from the stretch with runners on base. Guys like Perry at first provided that little extra distraction. Pitchers have not been sharp. throwing with runners aboard. Perry tries to go, and he is in there safely.
He's got wheels, huh? Number 8 for the season for Perry. I mean, Posick, he showed a good arm there, just couldn't catch him.
Candy hits this one into left field. Perry's going to dig towards home, and Santa Fe will extend their lead to 5-1.
Yeah, Perry comes in unfettered. He's got the wheels. Weren't going to catch him.
So Santa Fe continues to be impressive here this afternoon. A little bit of a chip on their shoulder they had whenever they came to the ballpark. And they have certainly made the most out of their opportunities, offensively and defensively. Still one out here in the 7th.
Extended their lead, the Saints have. Now 5-1. Been looking sharp so far.
Brock Edge's turn. Cal Morrison still dealing for the Falcons. Oh, ball kind of fell out of the hands that time of Edge. Look out.
Almost tomahawked the ump on that one.
Lucky you don't have a front row seat, huh, Ted?
Yeah. Oh, how many times have we seen that, though, in pro baseball with bats flying into the back rows over the dugout from various players? It can get dangerous.
The 0-2 now for Morrison. Ball's popped up. Lead certainly still not insurmountable for Daytona State, but they cannot afford to allow any more damage here. Hit up the middle. Shortstop with a force at second. 6-4-3 time. First baseman cannot squeeze it. Little things like that defensively have not been particularly sharp here today.
Yeah, it looked like a good throw from this angle. Perhaps if we have that on replay, we might be able to see it again.
Parkhurst couldn't squeeze it that time. So still 2 outs and a runner aboard. Kyler Marquis stepping in for Santa Fe.
I'll be using mine.
Thus far, though, for the 4 pitchers we've rotated through, Morrison showing the best appeal for Daytona State.
Bullpen is active right now for the Falcons. Likely going to see another pitcher in the 8th.
Ooh, that sounded like a car, Drew. I hope you're not parked over there.
I hope not either. These windshields can be expensive, can't they? Oh, looked like he had him there at first. The throw would have been a little bit more on target.
Yeah, he definitely had him leaning towards second. Had him wrong-footed. That's okay. Walked him back to first.
Hit into center field. See if this one is playable. Drifting back, the second baseman, Chad Pike, makes the play. And that gets Daytona State back to the dugout. So Santa Fe strands one, but they get another run as well. It's 5-1, 7th inning stretch time here at Daytona State College. To have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios with Ted Sofianos. I mentioned 7th inning stretch time. Ted, we're having a ball here today, and we're also just smiling ear to ear. This beautiful set here in the Daytona State Television Department at WDSC TV. Again, a student-run television station. All of our cameras operated by tremendous Daytona State students, and we are just honored and thrilled to be a part of this once again here today.
Yeah, how about this? Look at this setup that we have to work with. You know, our fans out there watching from TV land. Glad to be here with you, Drew. Just a few comments, I guess, on the game. Here we are at 5-1. So what's your thought process? What does DSC got to do now?
Well, Daytona State certainly has some work to do. Hopefully they can get the bats going in this next inning. But this state-of-the-art studio, too. I mean, brand new in its first year. This is pretty impressive. First time I had a chance to work on it. Today, whenever I walked in, you just kind of walk in and say, whoa, this is really, really cool.
Right. Very, very professional, the setup here. Glad to be a part of it. Feel like I'm at a ESPN, set here. But honestly, Drew, it makes the environment of work to work with you so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate that. And the staff here at Daytona State doing an awesome job year in and year out, bringing a production like this right to your living room, to your computer. We invite you to follow us throughout the year as we cover basketball on the men's and women's side, baseball, softball, men's and women's soccer as well. The athletics just get better and better here at Daytona State.
They've just extended their forte, and great to have this program here for students to work as almost like interns would at CBS or ABC.
Daytona State will start the bottom of the 7th. At the top of the order, Trent Taylor, UCF recruit, playing center field today. I think the big bats for Daytona State, Taylor and Rodriguez, need to be heard from here if the Falcons want to come back late.
No, definitely. No, that's definitely worth reporting for sure. And now as we look back here at the pitching, we have 24, which is, if I remember the name, Emmanuel.
Yes. Emmanuel Fernandez.
Fernandez, correct.
Relief pitcher.
And the last time we saw him, he was looking pretty good. Right now, odds are, look really good for, the Saints. As we see a good shot at Trent Taylor there.
Taylor waits for it. Swings a little bit late. They've done a great job pitching around Trent Taylor today.
Yeah, he's a good hitter for the team there.
Yep.
One of their top 5 as far as, 324 average. Slugging percentage, 554. That's way up there. Leader of the team for a slugging percentage.
Got it by him that time. So a strikeout, Emmanuel Fernandez getting it done for Santa Fe, and there's one out here in the bottom of the 7th.
How about this tough duo? You go from Paul to Fernandez. Youch. They've got the whammy working right now on Daytona State.
Number 5 up.
Jack Nagy now for Daytona State.
That was a great pitch, just didn't get the call there for Fernandez.
Remember Jack Nagy last year, the news show, the sports news show here on campus at Daytona State. Nagy was one of the guests. Coach Tuma loves to bring this young man out into the forefront. Such a great speaker, great representative of the program, and a leader he has become.
Well, I tell you, on this set, anybody would like to come out and be interviewed, Drew, right?
Of course, Nagy will take his base. So Daytona State with a base runner here in the 7th, and now Justin Rodriguez coming up.
And there he goes with his marquee, fast run down to first base, even though it was a base on balls. Gotta love that. Second time I've seen him do that today. Try to inspire the rest of the bench and hitters for Daytona State and wake up those bats.
And a quick visit out to the mound again. So Rodriguez comes over. We'll have a chat as well. And that's going to be it for Emmanuel Fernandez. So One slight mistake, get you a seat in the dugout.
Ooh, that's pretty tough. I mean, he was looking pretty good.
Tyler Jones going to get the ball here for Santa Fe. Can just sense how badly Santa Fe wants this game. You've lost twice to Daytona State. You don't want to make it 3 in a row.
An interesting choice here again. Not to say that Jones is poor by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that the innings pitched are so low compared to guys like Benoit, Churchill, Arguelles. I mean, Walton, all with, as far as the bench for pitching, or the bullpen, I should say, certainly has a lot more seasoned players at this point in the season. So interesting choices here by Wiggs. Drew, a little bit of highlights here for the home team, I guess, would be appropriate. Did you know that Daytona State's tuition is among the most affordable in the nation?
Did not know that.
Yeah, I got a few more for you as time goes on while they're warming up. Ranked in the top 25 in U.S. News and World Reports for online bachelor's program here at Daytona State. And certainly with the advent of the Beverage Science Academy, or Academy of Beverage Science, I know we saw a commercial just a little bit ago about the additive manufacturing here at Daytona State, a new program. Brought on some new sports teams as well, cross country, men's and women's, soccer, volleyball. I mean, and we know that scholar athletes, just by statistics, show success and completion rates, when they're getting involved. Same thing with intramurals, same thing with other activities like psychology club or chess club. When you get attached to the colleges that you go to, you have a feeling of belongingness.
Rodriguez watches one get by. Some great tidbits there, Ted. And how about, talk about Daytona State baseball, 29 straight semesters this program has had a 3.0 GPA or higher. That is incredible.
Yowza. Terrific.
Rodriguez watches one low.
Yeah, National Academic Baseball Team of the Year, 12 years in a row. I mean, that's just amazing. Tim Tuma turning out scholar athletes left and right. How happy.
Rodriguez hits one hard right to the third baseman, though. One out is made. The second out over to first, and he's safe down there. So 2 down here. Rodriguez, that's the second time they've tried to double up Rodriguez.
He got a lot of aluminum on the bat there. Or as they say in Australia, aluminium. I'm trying to figure that out, work that one out still. Since we have a couple of Aussies out there today.
Going is the runner. Trying to throw down there to second base. Rodriguez wanted to get into scoring position for Daytona State.
That's 2 for today, right? I mean, he's got some wheels.
KG Parkhurst now the hitter.
Decent looking throw by the catcher there. Not gonna get Rodriguez. Ooh, some nasty stuff on that pitch right there. By the new pitcher, Tyler Jones, number 5 on the mound.
Parkhurst committed to Gardner Webb. Struck him out. What a pitch by Tyler Jones. The ball drops off a table for the third out in the 7th.
Wow.
So Daytona State stuck on 1, trying to push that second run across. Easier said than done. 5-1 your score through 7 innings here on the Falcon Athletics Network. Welcome back to Daytona State College. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, and our amazing crew here on campus having a blast, even though wish the score read a little different for Daytona State. 5-1 is the count right now through 7 innings. We head to the 8th here. And for the Falcons, looks like another pitching change here in store. It's going to be Zach Henderson getting the ball. So Henderson really was intended today if Mason Sharp had gone 5 to 6 innings. This is the guy we would have seen coming in as the second pitcher, Zach Henderson.
Yeah, with a second most innings pitched by any pitcher in the bullpen for Daytona State at 25.
Henderson has become the main guy out of the bullpen for the Falcons so far, 20 games in this year. Little squibbler hit to the second baseman. Should be an easy play. And Chad Pike takes care of things for the Falcons. There's one away.
How do you like that swooping sidearm delivery there by the lefty Henderson?
It's really tough if you're a lefty like Westbrook just was for Santa Fe. You're trying to hit that pitch, Ted. That is very, very difficult.
Yeah, lefty into a lefty. Ooh, rough stuff there. But it's a very interesting delivery to watch Henderson. Like it.
Jonathan Logsdon hits one hard. Shortstop takes care of it. Barnett trying to make the throw. And he's out.
Well, that was big league, big time right there. Big league, big time. Beautiful play.
Oh, that looked very, very close. Let's take a look at it one more time. Our great replay on hand here. Logsdon gets a good piece, and does he beat it out here, Ted? Let's see. Ooh.
Looked pretty good there.
Second one hit to the shortstop. Daytona State will take care of that one also. So live action, Falcons get another ground out as Barnett back-to-back plays for the Falcons. Quick 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th here in Daytona. 5-1 is your score.
Time to claim your career. Daytona State's newest certificate program in hospitality beverage science combines theory and practical hands-on instruction on a range of beverage production processes like craft brewing and wines. Learn how to pair wines and beer with appropriate food choices, produce various styles of beers and wines, as well as how to manage, merchandise, and market beverages. Call 386-506-4DSC or visit us online at daytonastate.edu.
Hospitality beverage science now offered on campus here at Daytona State. Fans up and at 'em here on campus at the baseball complex on a gorgeous day. Drew Felios, Ted Sofianos, and that hospitality beverage science is pretty cool.
Well, you know, here at DSC they're telling me creativity goes beyond the arts. DSC's culinary and hospitality programs prepare you for exciting opportunities. And here we just saw a nice ad for the Academy of Beverage Science for those craft beers and, you know, other libations that you might be interested in. Exciting things going on here at this college, especially with the advent of that brand new student center that now you see from International Speedway Boulevard as a marquee addition to Daytona State's other infrastructure.
Bobby Sparling fouls this one off, leads things off here in the 8th for Daytona State. Only one run across today for the Falcons so far. Quiet day offensively. I've been able to bang out 5 hits up to this point, but just nothing at the right times, it seems.
Yeah, I was mentioning that new student center, 84,000 square feet, multi-purpose facility, beautiful, gorgeous architecture, named after a former trustee, the L. Gale Lemerand building it will be.
Two balls, 2 strikes now to Sparling. Sparling hammers one, center field. Ball carries for a moment, drifting over is the left fielder, and Candy makes the grab. Been that kind of afternoon for the Falcons, just have not hit the ball in the right spots.
Yeah. And then when they did get that 3 men on base there with the 2 outs, unfortunately ran out of gas when it was about 4-1, if I recall, back on the 5th or 6th inning.
Jake Morrow up now for the Falcons. Tyler Jones getting the ball for Santa Fe.
He's got a real effortless delivery, this kid Jones, Tyler Jones. Can really throw a burner without showing, making it look, he makes it look easy. And of course, as I just say that, base on balls.
So Morrow trots down. He'll be the first base runner of the inning for the Falcons. Daytona State needs base runners here. They're running out of outs. Only 5 more to play with. And pinch hitter for Daytona State. That's going to be number 12, Jordan Garcia, the freshman out of Trinity. Coach Tuma trying to pull some strings here late in the game.
Put some wheels out there.
Meanwhile, Chad Pike up for the Falcons. Nice lead at first for Garcia. See how long Garcia stays at first. You got to think he's going to want to be stealing pretty soon here.
If I'm Coach Wiggs, I'm going to tell my pitcher, hey, don't get too distracted. You're up 5-1. Not to say give him a free pass, but don't get too distracted. Focus on the batter, not the runner.
Ball is struck left center field. Going back to track it down. But they have been in the right spot all day long. Candy makes the play. The scouting report has been right on so far for Santa Fe.
Yeah, Daytona State has gotten a lot of aluminum on the bat today. Like you said, Drew, it just hasn't been going into the dead areas.
Brings up Dawson Posick now.
Like that pitch, just a bit outside, but I liked it.
Ball gets away. Runner will advance. So now the speed of Garcia on its second. In scoring position with 2 outs. If you're the Falcons, well, you got to come through here. I think going to the 9th, it's 5-2. It's a lot better than 5-1. 5-1, tough hill to climb.
Yeah, you got to convert. They just haven't converted on left a lot of runners on base today.
Posick watches another. 3 balls, no strikes now. So I'll tell you what, if you can get on here, you got 2 runners on. Chance at even doing more damage here.
Right now, Tyler out of the groove. Tyler Jones, the pitcher.
Jones delivers. Posick watches a strike. 3-1.
Ooh, that could have been a meatball. Let that one go. Posick let that one go. Obviously wanted to take at least 1 strike. That's the strategy you usually play out. That usually plays out.
Big pitch right there.
Oh, that was a burner. That was impressive to watch.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Jones trying to get his team back to the dugout with a 4-run lead. He does just that. Posick gets around a little bit late. The strikeout. Daytona State struggling with runners in scoring position today. 5-1 is the score. As we go to the 9th inning, you're watching Daytona State baseball on WDSC TV. Well, look at the upcoming schedule for Daytona State. Just in 3 days on Saturday, take on Lake Sumter. And on the 15th, St. John's River State. 27th, end of the month, Florida State College in Jacksonville. And then April 19th as well, 2 o'clock. That's the home slate upcoming for Daytona State baseball. And all games are free, admission-wise, so come out, support your Falcons, as we'll be doing just that here at Daytona State College. Great place to watch a game, spend an afternoon, sit back and enjoy Daytona State athletics at their very best. Tough day so far, though, for the Falcons. Zach Henderson right now on the mound, and he is the 5th pitcher Daytona State has used today. Ball put in play. This to the second baseman. A tough one. Tries to shuffle it. And safe at first is going to be the runner for the Saints. And he's going to head down to second after the ball gets by.
Yeah, awarded him second base there. Oh, boy, you don't want to lose a run here. That's just going to totally take any type of momentum that you could conjure up in the bottom of the 9th. You know, probably not going to happen.
Chad Pike tried to shuffle that one forward. Isaiah Perry up at the plate right now for Santa Fe. Perry's been a terror on the base pass today. Tries to square around. Zach Henderson with the ball. Main guy out of the bullpen. Only a freshman. Out of Trinity. Mitchell High School.
Nice pitch there on the outside part of the plate on the low end. If I was Perry, I would have done the same and leave that one alone.
Zach Henderson's had some really good outings this year for the Falcons. He's got the trust of this coaching staff. Right now his job, just do not allow any more damage. Perry swinging. And got a piece of that one, still 2-2.
Ooh, just a tiny piece.
Struck out, trying to bump one down the line. Not exactly sure what he's thinking right there. You lead by 4 runs, and not sure why they're trying to execute a bunt.
Yeah, unless it was just to say that, you know, hey, you got to practice your bunting, young man. And not good execution shown by Perry there. This is that matchup you were talking about before, Drew. The left-handed pitcher throwing like that sidearm to a left-handed hitter. That looks mean, coming in at you.
Hey, Garrett Mathis right now at the plate. Mathis had a good day today. Had that base hit his very first time up to sort of set the tone. Opposite field this time. Just say he really swings with authority, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, felt the wind from that bat. Henderson, deep breath. What do I got to do to get these guys out?
Slow things down a little bit. Going is Biter. And he is going to go in standing up to third.
Huge jump there. Good no throw by Posick.
Hit hard into left field for another base hit.
And this is just the recipe I was telling you about before, Drew. You don't want to give up another run as you get toward that bottom of the 9th. Only 1 out for the Saints.
Man, this could be it for Zach Henderson. Let's see that Saints dugout right now. Celebrating, and Henderson will in fact be done for the day. So that's a tough outing right there. Obviously, if you're Zach, you want to come in, shut the door, get your team back with a chance, trailing by 4 runs. But instead, Gage Warren going to be handed the ball. Sophomore out of Ocala. And at this point, Daytona State is trying to do anything to find that spark, but the pitching staff has simply struggled today. They have not had their best stuff, Ted.
No, obviously, if you're on your 6th pitcher from the bullpen, certainly that's not the way you want it to go. And Daytona State's bats, you parallel the pitching issues with the batting issues, and you end up with 6-1, lead for the Saints. Yowza.
So Gage Warren, former Bellevue High School product. Bellevue and Ocala. Warren 5'9", another lefty. And I think early on, we saw pitchers sort of struggle to locate. And that sort of was the beginning of Daytona State's undoing today. Mason Sharp in that 3rd inning had a hard time. Christian Graham came in. Remember the error at third base. It just seems like everything is sort of mounted and added up here today little by little, right? And they have not been overcome.
I haven't been able to overcome, but if you're Johnny Wiggs, you got to be happy.
Sure.
I mean, you avoided the sweep. You avoided the sweep. Not only did you avoid it, but here on the home turf of Daytona State College. So if you're Johnny Wiggs, you got to be happy about that. If you're Tim Toomey, you say, hey, we got 2 out of 3.
Absolutely. Got to look forward. So many games on the schedule. This is just one.
Oh, that was a sweet pitch right there by Warren. Nice arcing curveball there to Candy.
Gerard Candy. Been on base many times today as well.
Although, obviously Warren, a left-hander, not a lot of innings pitched thus far this season, but with a 2.53 ERA, that's a pretty good stat right there. Obviously right here getting a little more playing time.
Lifted into left field. Let's see if this is playable. Left fielder does come over and make the grab. As Shoemaker with the catch.
Two out. And will we see in the bottom half of the 9th sizzling bats or silent ones, Drew?
Yeah, we're going to find out. Tyler Jones looking pretty doggone good for Santa Fe on the mound. Gone with Emmanuel Fernandez also today. This ball is hit to the second baseman. Should be playable. Falcons able to get it done. Get out of the inning. And now Daytona State with one final chance. They need 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to at least force a tie and extras. Daytona State defense has had their moments today, had made some errors. They've also made some pretty nice plays in the field. 6-1 your score, headed to the bottom of the 9th when we come back. Hey, softball coming up, got to tell you about. Televised game on March 19th, 4 and 6 o'clock against Santa Fe. Daytona State battling the Saints on the softball field. Free admission as well. You can also watch it on the Falcon Athletics Network. Tell you what, that's a great double. Come to the game, and then afterwards go home and watch it on television. Right? What could be better than that?
Concession stands will be open.
Also, you want to subscribe to the Daytona State YouTube page. All the broadcasts seen there and their entirety. It's the final chance now for Daytona State. It's been a tough afternoon offensively for the Falcons.
How about Tyler Jones's pace right now? I mean, I think they're like 6-7 second intervals.
Certainly working quickly. Bottom of the order for Daytona State as Barnett can't catch up to that one. And a strikeout quickly for the first out.
Ooh, not looking good for the Falcons here. 6-1, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Dire straits. Be close to a miracle comeback, and it's going to have to start here with Trent Taylor. And instead it's strike one. As I mentioned before, there's Jones. Every 7 seconds, it seems.
Taylor pops this one up. And Daytona State has just not been able to catch up to Santa Fe pitching today. Michael Paul started the game for the Saints. Then Emmanuel Fernandez came in. Good change of pace there. And now Tyler Jones, the third pitcher. And he has got big-time starter stuff. So 2 quick outs, and now Falcons down to their last out.
Wow, that was quick. Well, I can't think of any games during my 56 years, Drew, on this planet where 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, and you're down by 5 runs, where teams come back.
Jack Nagy, final hope for Daytona State. And again, Tyler Jones with big-time starter stuff coming in late to shut the door for Santa Fe. They simply did not want to leave any opening for the Falcons to take advantage of here today.
No stones unturned. But here, looking at a bright spot right here, Nagy, what an incredible infield play he made, charging at a ground ball. And that does it, Drew.
Strikeout to end the game for Daytona State. Just not meant to be today. 6-1 the final score. Santa Fe Saints get the victory. Daytona State falls to 13-8 on the season. So they get the first 2 over Santa Fe, not number 3. And there you take a look. 6 hits today, just not in a timely fashion, scattered throughout the game, and the Falcons come up a little bit short.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the statistics. Yeah, you say 6-6. Shouldn't it be a lot closer? But no, not for Daytona State. Like you said, too spread out. And obviously the Saints kept putting the numbers up, putting the pressure on with great pitching, and obviously the bats were not silent on that end.
So 6-1 the final score. Daytona State. Take one more look at the day that was. Mason Sharp started it out for the Falcons. Defense playing pretty well as well. Parkhurst, nice glove at first. Daytona State just unable to get those bats going consistently. Nice stab made there by Michael Paul. And the play made. It seemed like every rally the Falcons had just was doused quickly. Justin Rodriguez gonna certainly have better days for the Falcons. This was a big play, drifting over the first error of the game made, and Santa Fe would capitalize on that. They'd come back and get runs later in that inning. Christian Graham, a little bit of work on the hill, gave way to Joey Hecht. Hecht hits a batter on the leg. The little mistakes starting to add up. Santa Fe cashing in today. As you see right there, is number 10, Cade Westbrook, slid in. And Daytona State, good effort. Certainly going to be better days, Ted, today, just not one of them.
An easy, there you saw another hit batter. I mean, an easy stat to take away from this game. I mean, 6 pitchers used by Daytona State, struggling there from the bullpen, and only 3 by Santa Fe.
Santa Fe also proving that this conference is certainly very, very balanced. Daytona State, they've got their work cut out for them the rest of the year in Region 8 competition. Hope you enjoyed it. Our credits, our fabulous crew, producer Jean Marie Appleby and all of the crew here today. Ted, great job to you as well. Our production manager, Mike Rentinelli, great job as always. I'm Drew Felios. Thank you so much for joining us. 6-1 the final score. Santa Fe College over Daytona State. We'll see you next time on March 19th on the softball field.